There is a conversation that every man over 60 should have had by now, but most never do. Not in the doctor's office, not with their sons, not even with their closest friends. It's a simple conversation, direct, serious, but it could change the way you age and even add years of peace, confidence, and strength to your life. Hello, I'm Dr. Marissa Blake. I've spent over 15 years helping men protect their prostate and reclaim the vitality they thought they had lost. And what I want to share with you today isn't just opinion. It's real science, simple daily habits backed by research that can ease prostate symptoms, reduce inflammation, and help you sleep through the night again. If you're over 60 or love someone who is a husband, a father, a dear friend, this message could make all the difference. Because today, I'll walk you through 5 daily habits that have helped thousands of men regain control of their bladder, their energy, and their intimate life. These aren't drastic changes. You don't need expensive pills, surgeries, or extreme diets. You just need a little consistency, a bit of awareness, and the willingness to start with one small habit at a time. And by the way, one of the 5 habits I'll share might surprise you. It's something most men feel shy talking about, but it could be one of the most powerful protectors of your prostate health. Let's begin. Why the prostate deserves attention after 60, let's start with something every man should know, but very few are ever told. Your prostate, a small gland about the size of a walnut, sits just below your bladder and surrounds the urethra, the tube that carries urine out of your body. It may be small, but it plays a big role. It helps produce the fluid that carries sperm and keeps the reproductive system functioning smoothly. Now here's the important part. After the age of 50, and especially after 60, the prostate naturally begins to grow. This condition is called benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. It's not cancer, but it can still bring a lot of discomfort. According to the U.S. National Institutes of Health, over 50% of men between the ages of 51 and 60 already show signs of this enlargement. After 70, that number jumps to more than 80%. And here's what that means for your daily life. As the prostate gets larger, it presses against the urethra, making it harder to pass urine. You might notice a slower, weaker stream, that feeling you didn't empty your bladder, all the way trouble starting to urinate or waking up once, twice, even 4 times a night just to use the bathroom, and many men shrug it off. They think, well, I'm just getting older. But aging isn't the only cause. In fact, new science shows that daily habits, how you eat, move, rest, and even breathe, can directly affect prostate health. That's the good news. You're not powerless. There are gentle, natural ways to support your prostate and reduce the symptoms of BPH without relying solely on medication. So if you felt like your body is slowing down, or you're tired of the nightly interruptions, you're not alone, and there's a path forward. Because what we do each day matters more than we realize. And it starts with something so simple, you've likely heard it before, but never quite like this. Let's talk about water. Habit 1. Strategic hydration to reduce prostate inflammation. Let's begin with something that sounds simple, but holds more power than most men realize. Water. Yes, just water. But not just how much you drink. It's when and how you drink it that makes all the difference. As we age, something subtle but important happens. Our sense of thirst fades. Many men go for hours without drinking water, only taking a few sips when they feel truly parched. The result? Their urine becomes concentrated, acidic, and filled with residues that irritate the bladder and inflame the prostate. This buildup of toxins doesn't just make you uncomfortable. It can lead to a weaker stream, more urgency, a feeling of pressure, and perhaps worst of all, those constant nighttime trips to the bathroom. Let me be clear, you don't need to flood your body with water, but you do need to hydrate strategically. That means drinking gradually throughout the daytime and slowing down in the evening. Here's a simple rule I give to my patients. Start your day with a glass of water within 30 minutes of waking up. Sip water consistently through the morning and early afternoon after 7 p.m. Reduce intake to small sips only if you're thirsty. Avoid drinking large amounts right before bed. This one change alone can reduce bladder pressure, help flush toxins earlier in the day, and give your prostate the rest it needs at night. In fact, a study published in the Journal of Urology tracked over 2,000 men above age 60. Those who followed a strategic hydration plan reduced symptoms like incomplete emptying and nighttime urgency by up to 41%. That's nearly half the men feeling real relief just from managing their water intake better. I remember one patient, Carl, 72 years old. He used to drink most of his water in the evening, thinking it helped flush out his system. But every night, he woke up 3, sometimes 4 times to urinate. When we simply shifted his water schedule, the change was almost immediate. Within 1 week, he was sleeping 6 hours straight, something he hadn't done in years. He told me, smiling, "Dr. Blake, it wasn't my bladder waking me up, it was my bad timing." So no, your prostate doesn't want you to stop drinking water. It just wants you to drink smarter. Think of water not just as hydration, but as medicine, a daily tool to soothe inflammation, support your bladder, and protect your prostate. And the best part? It's free. It's simple. And you can start today, 1 sip at a time. Habit 2. A light walk after meals to improve circulation to the prostate. Now, let's talk about a habit that's so simple, it often gets overlooked. Walking. Not on a treadmill. Not for miles. Just a gentle walk right after your meals. Why does this matter? Because when you walk after eating, you're not just helping your digestion. You're sending fresh oxygen, nutrients, and blood flow directly to your pelvic area, where your prostate lives. And that circulation is key to reducing inflammation, easing tension, and keeping the prostate healthy and well-nourished. You see, the prostate is a small gland, but it's extremely sensitive to blood flow. When blood moves freely, it carries healing compounds that help restore tissue and clear inflammation. But when we sit too long, especially after meals, that circulation slows, and problems begin to build. That's why I recommend a 10 to 15-minute walk after lunch and dinner. Nothing fast. Nothing strenuous. Just a quiet walk around your house, down the sidewalk, or even pacing the hallway if that's all you have. Let me tell you about someone, Mr. Ellis, age 68. He was a retired mechanic, not very active anymore. After meals, he would go straight to his recliner and stay there until bedtime. He told me he had trouble emptying his bladder fully and often felt pressure in his lower abdomen. I suggested a change, just 10 minutes of walking after each meal. He was skeptical, but agreed to try. And within 2 weeks, the difference was real. He said, "My stomach feels lighter. I don't feel that weight pressing down anymore. And I'm not running to the bathroom as often." Science backs this up. A study from the University of Sao Paulo tracked men over 65. Those who walked briefly after meals had a 35% lower risk of developing moderate to severe BPH symptoms. Even better, walking also helps control blood sugar. And diabetes, as you may know, is a major risk factor for prostate problems. So if you felt sluggish, swollen, or stuck in place, just know your body is asking for movement, not marathons. A short walk after each meal may not seem like much, but over months and years, it could be one of the most powerful things you do for your prostate. And remember, consistency matters more than intensity. This is your chance to turn a small step into long-term protection. Habit 3. Regular sexual activity for prostate protection and natural cleansing. Now, let's talk about a topic that many older men shy away from, but from a medical standpoint, it might be one of the most important habits for your prostate. Sexual activity. I know this can be an uncomfortable subject, but please stay with me because what I'm about to share is not about performance or pressure. It's about your health, your long-term well-being. You see, your prostate is not just a passive organ. It actively produces fluid for ejaculation. And when that fluid sits there unused for long periods, it can become thick, stagnant, and full of dead cells and waste. Think of it like a small pond. Without flow, it becomes murky. But with regular release, through sexual activity or even masturbation, you allow your body to flush out old secretions and keep the prostate clean and balanced. This isn't just theory. A study published in European Urology, led by researchers at the Harvard School of Public Health, followed over 10,000 men for 2 decades. What they found was remarkable. Men who ejaculated at least 21 times per month had a 33% lower risk of developing prostate cancer compared to those who did so just 4 to 7 times per month. It's not just about cancer prevention either. Regular sexual activity improves blood flow to the prostate and pelvic area, reduces local inflammation, relaxes the muscles around the gland, and even supports emotional well-being by lowering stress and improving mood. I've seen this over and over in my patients. Men who stay sexually active, even in gentle, affectionate ways, often report better bladder control, less pelvic pressure, improved sleep, and a deeper sense of confidence. But sadly, many men over 60 carry shame or guilt about this topic. Some feel too old. Others have health conditions or emotional blocks that make intimacy feel out of reach. To those men, I want to say this gently and clearly: you are not broken. You are not done. It's perfectly natural and medically beneficial to maintain a healthy sex life well into your 60s, 70s, even 80s. And if you're struggling, whether physically or emotionally, talk to your doctor. There are safe, respectful, and effective ways to help you reconnect with this part of yourself. You don't have to suffer in silence. You don't have to give up. Sometimes, the most healing thing you can do for your prostate is to allow it to do what it was made to do. Gently, naturally, without shame. This is not about chasing youth. It's about supporting your biology in the most human way possible. And in doing so, you may find not just better prostate health, but a renewed connection to yourself and maybe even your partner. Habit 4. Strategic eating to lower prostate inflammation and cancer risk. Now let's turn to something we do every single day: eating. But here's the truth. What you put on your plate can either soothe your prostate or silently inflame it. The good news? You don't need a complicated diet. You just need to know which foods support your prostate and make them part of your routine. Let's start with one of the most powerful natural protectors: lycopene. This is a red pigment found in cooked tomatoes, watermelon, and guava. But it's not just about color. Lycopene is a potent antioxidant that calms inflammation and protects the delicate cells inside the prostate. In fact, a major study published in the International Journal of Cancer found that men who ate cooked tomatoes at least twice a week had a 28% lower risk of developing prostate cancer. But lycopene isn't the only key. Another essential nutrient is zinc, a mineral found in pumpkin seeds, almonds, cashews, and seafood like oysters and shrimp. Zinc plays a direct role in regulating testosterone, supporting prostate tissue structure, and boosting your immune system. What's more, your prostate stores more zinc than almost any other part of your body. But as you age, your body becomes less efficient at absorbing it. That's why zinc-rich foods are so important after 60. And then we have cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and cabbage. These contain natural compounds called sulforaphanes, which help the body detoxify, fight inflammation, and protect cells from harmful changes. In fact, these vegetables help balance hormones by lowering excess estrogen and supporting liver function, 2 factors closely tied to prostate health. Now, here's what I recommend to my patients. Aim for 1 cooked tomato dish per week. Like tomato-based soups or sauces, add a handful of pumpkin seeds or walnuts as a snack. Include a serving of steamed broccoli or cauliflower with your dinner. Choose lean proteins like grilled fish or skinless chicken. Use herbs like turmeric and garlic instead of salt-heavy seasonings. And try to limit processed meats, excessive red meat, fried, or overly salty foods. I know change can feel overwhelming. But remember, this isn't about perfection. It's about giving your body what it needs, gently and consistently, 1 meal at a time. I once had a patient, Harold, age 70, who told me, "I thought I needed more pills." But what I really needed was better food. 3 months after changing his diet, his urinary symptoms were down, his energy was up, and his latest prostate checkup showed measurable improvement. The right food is more than just fuel. It's medicine delivered in every bite. And when you eat with intention, your prostate responds. Habit 5. Deep sleep to regulate hormones and protect prostate health. And now, we come to the most overlooked habit of all: sleep. Not just time in bed, but real, deep, restorative sleep. Most men think of sleep as a luxury, something that can wait until retirement or a slower day. But after 60, sleep becomes a medical necessity. Why? Because it's during deep sleep, especially between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., that your body produces its most important regulatory hormones. These include melatonin, which reduces inflammation growth hormone, which supports cellular repair, and hormones that help maintain testosterone balance. Without these nightly repairs, your prostate doesn't get the break it needs. Inflammation builds, hormones drift out of balance, and urinary symptoms get worse. In fact, a study published in Cancer Epidemiology, Biomarkers and Prevention followed over 2,400 men for nearly a decade. The findings? Men with regular sleep disruptions had twice the risk of developing aggressive prostate cancer. Let me repeat that. Just poor sleep, not disease, not diet alone, doubled the risk. But here's the good news. You can change this, starting tonight. Here's what I tell my patients to help improve sleep and protect their prostate. Keep a regular bedtime. Your body loves rhythm. Darken your room completely. Even small lights can disrupt melatonin. Avoid screens 1 hour before bed. The blue light suppresses your sleep signals. Go to the bathroom one last time before bed to reduce midnight trips. Create a calming bedtime ritual, like light stretching, deep breathing, or soft music. And if you wake up in the night, don't panic. Don't check the clock. Just breathe. Sometimes the most healing act is simply to rest your body quietly. I once worked with a man named Thomas, 73 years old. He'd been waking up 4 to 5 times a night for years. His sleep was broken, and so was his energy. Together, we worked on a simple plan: early dinner, no caffeine after noon, and a consistent bedtime routine. In just 2 weeks, he began sleeping in 4-hour stretches. By 1 month, he made it through most nights with just 1 bathroom trip. He said to me, "I thought I had a prostate problem, but I had a sleep problem." And in truth, it was both. Because your hormones, your prostate, your energy, they all begin to repair only when you sleep deeply. So give your body that time. Give your prostate the gift of rest. And you just might find that your days become lighter, clearer, and stronger too. So let's take a moment to look back. We've covered 5 simple habits, small steps that, when done consistently, can bring powerful protection to your prostate. Hydrating smart during the day to reduce nighttime pressure, walking gently after meals to boost circulation, maintaining sexual activity to keep the prostate clear and balanced, eating intentionally with anti-inflammatory, prostate-supportive foods, and most of all, getting deep, restorative sleep to heal and regulate your hormones. None of these habits require expensive treatments. You don't need prescriptions, special equipment, or dramatic diets. What you need is awareness, gentleness, and a willingness to start. Just one habit at a time. Maybe today, you sip more water in the morning. Maybe tonight, you take a walk after dinner. Or perhaps you finally decide to talk to your doctor about intimacy or sleep struggles. Whatever you choose, know that it matters. Because the health of your prostate affects much more than just urination. It touches your sleep, your confidence, your relationships, and your overall quality of life. And here's the truth I've seen over and over again. It's never too late to start healing. Not at 60, not at 70, not even at 85. Your body is still listening, still adapting, still capable of change when given the right support. So take a breath, choose one habit, and begin today. Your prostate will thank you. Your sleep will improve. And more importantly, you'll feel more like yourself again. I'm Dr. Marissa Blake. Thank you for trusting me to walk this path with you. If you found this helpful, please share it with someone you love, because every man deserves to age with strength, dignity, and peace. Until next time, take care of your body, and it will take care of you.